Good morning, Linda from Shalmakaya. Time for a little video chat. Last week I was talking about chakras and the energy centers on the human body. Today I'd like to talk about the energy on the human body connected to our faith. I'd like to share that faith is very personal, can be interpreted in many ways. It could be religious, it could be spiritual, and there is a huge difference. When we talk about religion, we talk about different groups that take different avenues to pray, to be in the gratitude, to ask different things, whether it be Catholics with angels, I would say Buddhists with Buddha, whether you believe in traditional Chinese medicine and you go with the elements such as the fairies. All of these things are wonderful and personal. Spirituality, seems to be a big word for me this morning, is as long as we believe that there is something bigger than us in this world, above us, watching us, helping us, guiding us. If you believe in reincarnation, it supports the fact that we come on this earth to experience different avenues, to learn how to love ourselves mostly, to be tolerant and patient with others, and to learn what unconditional love is, respect of oneself, and so on and so forth. And then when we die, we go up there somewhere in the blue sky, and we're like on a turntable. We see our life go by, and we decide, this I did well, this I did not do as well. I'm going to meditate on all this, and I'll decide what I'd like to work on in my next life. This is the reincarnation approach, which I believe in very much. So here at Shalmakaya, we prone that it's important to always be connected to something bigger than us, and always be aware that we need to have both feet on the ground, because we chose to live a physical manifestation, our human body. We chose to come and live and intertwine with others, to learn from others, to ask others to be our reflections, our mirrors of our forces and of our weaknesses. It's very important to realize that we are all one. We are all like grains of sand in a huge beach. We're all individual grains, but we're all together. So I wanted to talk to you about there's angels you can pray to, there's fairies, the dragons are mystical. All right, sorry about the technical little difficulty. I don't know if it's the machine or if the person behind the machine, but it's just cute. It gave me a pause. So as I was saying, spirituality is very important, and it manifests itself in different ways, whether it be through the images of angels, whether it be through the elements of the earth, fire, water, wood, and wind. Everything has its place. Everything is in balance. Whether we use stones to ground us, or essential oils, or fragrances to bring us down to earth, what is important is that we feel connected to the earth, to what is bigger, and to, most of all, to ourselves, to the divine within ourselves. So people that use the angels may seem, I don't want to go in the religious avenue because that's so personal, and I respect all forms of religion, and I want this to be very clear. What is important for me to say about angels is that they represent the invisible, our ascended masters, God's aids. So in that way, we can pray. And prayer doesn't mean saying Our Father or Act of Contrition or Holy Mary. What a prayer is speaking from one's heart, and always being in the gratitude of everything we are experiencing, and always asking for guidance for the things that are more difficult. And the guidance can come through invisible beings. It can come through gifts from the earth, such as our crystals. It can come from one human to another human. You know, human nature is wonderful. It's magical. All we need to do is open our heart. And when the heart is open, we see and we hear. So we're more aware of everything that is magical around us, even in the hardest times. When you speak to people that go through hardships, big diseases, loss of children, war, they always find some way to grasp on to something bigger than what they are. And this is what keeps us going on, and this is what's magical about human beings. So enough about the philosophy. I'd like to talk to you about what we sell here at Shamakaya. So we have the elementals, which are very important to me because I do a lot of shamanic work. So I work with fairies, I work with salamanders, I work with ondins that live in the water. I believe in elves and dwarves, and all these things are very important. They're all beings that once existed and still coexist in the invisible world. I also like to talk about the Indian way, the American Indian way. You know, the Native Americans are very connected to Mother Earth, to Father Sun, and they believe that the full moon has impact. Or when you seed your crops is important. To the way you promote family is important. To live as a community. The grandparents are the ancestors of the whole tribe. The new babies, the newborns, are the pride and joy of the whole tribe. Everything is communal, and they have beautiful, beautiful rituals. They have huge respect for Mother Nature, for the trees, for the flowers, for the animals. And they know that all of these elements are meant to live in balance together. If you want to be respected by the bear in the big wood, you need to respect the bear also in his powerful quest and his mission of life. It's very magical. It has nothing to do with putting bad thoughts on people and doing all kinds of weird things. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about communal life, respect of nature, and all togetherness. They have this these traditions that have been transmitted to us, in quotation marks, the white people, which we practice a lot: saging, cleansing homes, doing rituals at the full moon, saying goodbye to our lost ones at the new moon. It's wonderful. It's an avenue that you should inquire about and look into. We also have, you know, a lot of Buddhism.
I'm just going to show the sage for a second.
Sure.
It comes in different sizes and different textures, in incense or in leaf or in oils.
And of course, when they sage a home, they use shells which come from the ocean or from the river. Everything is connected. We also, like I was saying, we also have Buddhism, which is different Buddhas. You have the Chinese Buddha here that is always bald and seems happy. He has a big stomach. It's abundance and prosperity and health. You have the Hindu Buddha, which always has a special hat on its head that is more for meditation and introspection.
I don't know if we can really see it.
Here you go.
I don't think we're going to see it clearly.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Sorry guys, you'll have to come in the store and check it out.
We also have the Japanese Buddhas, which are Hisos. They're in prayer and also in introspection. And we have malas, which are like the Catholic rosaries and things like that. And we also have all these bowls that are related to anything that is Tibetan. So the way these people in Mongolia and in Tibet and in Thailand often use sound to vibrate, to reach a frequency that is higher than themselves. As you know, we are all origin of one sound. So when we play different musics, it always
Resonate.
resonates, thank you, with who we are. So you might like rock, you might like punk, you might like classical, but all these sounds touch us in different ways. So when you play a Tibetan bowl, it goes through a chakra, through an energy center, and it helps you to elevate yourself and to see who you really are. So these are different avenues that we share here. You also have then after the occult, which will go like into tarot, into crystal balls, into the lines of the hand, channeling. These are all good aspects, good avenues to get messages, to talk to your guides. I don't think that these things should be used lightly, because when somebody comes to see you to have a consultation, it's very important that you be aware that it's a huge responsibility. These people are often vulnerable, and they may take everything you say to the letter. So you have to be very aware of the words you are using, because everybody interprets differently. So for me, when you go into the occult, you need to see somebody that you really trust. And if you're not sure of the person, take 50% of what they say and leave it at that. You know, nature does its way, and we are masters of ourselves, and we can change our course of life every second. If you decide to go left instead of right, it will change everything. So that's the way it is. So for today, I wanted to tell you that we are open here to different avenues of interpretation. We welcome everybody. Our treatments and our meditations and consultations are always in the respect of everybody that comes here. Whether you believe or don't believe, or you like a stone just because it's pretty and you don't care about the virtues, you don't think they exist, that's fine. And if you come here to get stones to treat you, that's fine also. There are no barriers, and everybody needs to have a helping hand and to be surrounded by beautiful things, especially when they come from nature. So on that note, I'm going to say have a beautiful Wednesday. It's been nice weather this week. Snow is melting. Spring is around the corner. So enjoy your day, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.